All right, welcome back to the Elias Macko Show. Third hour of the program. It's action-packed. I'm with you straight through until noon, beginning this third hour of the program with lawyer Ralph Mastromonaco. He recently writes in The Suburban that Quebec has an inconvenient truth, that the province is a bilingual society. You know, I don't know how many people agree with him on that front. Of course, particularly among our Francophone friends. Won't find it much of an argument here at CJAD, but it's a pleasure to welcome Ralph Mastromonaco back onto the program. Ralph, how you doing? Welcome back.
Oh, I'm doing great. And by the way, thank you for having me on the show again, Elias. And thank you for that.
We really enjoyed your last time on the program. Completely unrelated subject. We were talking about drunk driving then, but we really enjoyed the subject. So when we saw you just pen this piece in The Suburban, I said let's talk to Ralph here. So here's the headline, by the way: "The Inconvenient Truth."
Yes.
Quebec is a bilingual society.
Correct.
And you start off, how you start off is the fact that no Quebec politician would admit this fact. So tell me more.
Okay. Well, this is what motivated me to write this. It's a piece I've been wanting to write for a very long time. And, I completely expect a lot of blowback from separatists and nationalists. And it's not my intention to please separatists and nationalists. But I do know, I've remarked that over the last few years, there's been a concerted effort to delegitimize the idea of bilingualism. Mm-hmm. There is a concerted effort to pretend it's not good, and that it is against the public interest of Quebec. Bilingualism is not the way to go. And the point of my piece is that it's an inconvenient truth that notwithstanding 50 years of language legislation, the English presence is here to stay. Not only the English presence, but the English contribution to the essence of the Quebec society is here to stay. Now, I want to be very, very clear about, where this is coming from. And it's from a very good place. I don't intend to be provocative in any way. I am just stating the de facto reality of Quebec society in 2024. And I think I raised a lot of important points. And my point to the people that would take issue with this, that how dare I state the obvious, that Quebec is a bilingual society, my retort is, can you please point to something in my article that is historically inaccurate or false? Tell me where I'm wrong in my assessment of about a 300-year history of Quebec society.
So Ralph, I guess the question I have is, in your estimation, what changed and when did it change when those types of questions became verboten? I think about, remember Emmanuel Lambropoulos, the MP for Ville Saint Laurent?
My God, right? You're reading my mind.
Okay,
go ahead.
So I'm thinking about that. Even she, and all she did, by the way, is like, well, can we have some evidence? She questioned the notion that French is in decline. Yeah. And you weren't even allowed to question anymore. Yes. So when do you think that happened?
Okay. What happened is I can't begin to express my disappointment in the federal Quebec, the federal Liberal Party. That first sentence is directed straight at them. That first sentence in my article. I found it was horrible what they did to Emmanuela during that period. And that was, to me, was a huge turning point when I see the federal government sanction a member of parliament sitting in a committee that's there to study whether important legislation like the Official Languages Act gets amended. And all she does is her job and ask a question like, where is the empirical evidence of a decline? Mm-hmm. And I think it's scary. You know what, Elias? I don't expect better from the BQ. I don't expect better from the Parti Québécois or the CAQ, the fearmongers. But for the federal Liberal Party to kick her off the committee and to disassociate themselves over the simple fact of her asking, and please show me the data. And from that point, I think you hit it right on the head, Elias. It was dog whistle to every politician in Quebec. Hey, French is in trouble. Don't you dare even contradict that, or else. Okay, French is in trouble. we are in immediate danger of becoming Louisiana, and we got to do drastic stuff like Bill 96. And I'm sitting there as an attorney, and just as a concerned citizen, say, I'm not getting value for my money in my MPs in the federal Liberal Party for sure.
So, Ralph, but let me throw it at you this way. Let's imagine alternate universe where the question was posed by a conservative or a member of the NDP, a Quebec MP from either of those parties.
Yeah.
I think it would have played out the exact same way. So something has happened.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And it's dangerous. It's the post-truth society we're in, okay? And it's like the CAC has been riding high for a very long time, but they're on their way down now, okay? Mm-hmm. But the idea is that they manufacture this idea, this vision, this narrative, and then they gaslight people if they dare to contradict it, okay? And, the idea is that don't let the facts get in the way of a really good opinion. This works for them politically, okay? Mm-hmm. And nobody's bothering to challenge the truth of what they're saying. That's not how you do public policy. If it was any other issue where an MP would ask, listen, I want some evidence. Can you please show me? And don't talk to me about anecdotal observations about what happened on St. Catherine Street in a retail store. I mean, come on, let's get serious. So I think things have changed. And the point of my article was we have every right to question that. And here's another thing I want to tell the nationalists, the separatists, my francophone colleagues. I come in peace. Mm-hmm. I am not doing this to provoke any kind of conflict. It's the opposite. What I'm saying in this article is that for centuries, French-speaking and English-speaking people have worked together in harmony and built one of the most interesting societies in the world. Okay, and yes, language legislation was required in the 70s. I was there. I saw it. Okay, and I am telling you, as an Anglophone and as a concerned Quebecer, the vitality of the French language is important to me. It's important to our community. And I will readily admit, I was in college in those years, and things were not right. There was the Gendreau Commission, there was the B&B Commission at the federal level, and things were not well. And let me tell you how not well they were. The FLQ terrorists were bombing mailboxes and post offices. 7 people were killed over language issues, including, tragically, the Minister of Labor, Pierre Laporte. So things were not well. But what happened after that is that language legislation was adopted, which, by the way, the Quebec Liberal Party was the first to adopt language legislation. We all admitted it. So things needed to change. They have gone 180 degrees in another direction.
So
you
Ralph,
cannot compare today's society with 1970.
So Ralph, I got to wrap, but let me just ask you. In my mind, as you talk to me, the only solution is new leadership of both the provincial and federal Liberals that have vision for this country and vision for the province, like a real vision. That's what
Absolutely.
I think is the fix. What do you say?
Yeah, I completely agree. And you know what, Elias? It is really important because they always talk about the past and everything that happened. It is important to remember our past, but we should not live in it. We're in 2024. We have an amazing, amazing society, talented people, tolerant people. Yes, we need more leadership. We need better leadership. We need the Liberal Party to remember that Pierre Elliott Trudeau brought in the Official Languages Act and had a broad vision for the rights of Franco-Quebecers, and he created mobility rights for the French language to go right across Canada. The nationalists here have their heads stuck in the sand, and they don't want to hear about mobility rights for French-speaking Quebecers who can go to other parts of Canada and demand in our courts French second language instruction for their kids. What is going on here? Nobody is threatened. 8 million people speak French in Quebec. The vast majority of the Anglophones speak French. We are committed to the French character of this country and of Quebec society. As I said in my article, when I say it's a bilingual society, I'm not tunnel visioned. It doesn't mean one fights the other. It means that the French language has predominance, clear predominance in Quebec society. However, there is a place for the English language.
Ralph?
And it will always be. It's not possible, Elias, that the English-speaking culture and language has been here since 1759, and it's going to disappear overnight. So the point of my last sentence is, bring on what you want, CAC. The English-speaking presence isn't going anywhere.
Well,
but
Ralph,
we are not a threat.
Ralph, I'm in agreement with you on most of your points. I just have a thing, and that is the applications at McGill would like a word. The applications at McGill would like a word. McGill has seen the number of applicants this year just taken such a tumble. So
that's an example of what I'm saying. That's shameful what they're doing to McGill and Concordia. It is absolutely, and the tragedy of it. Everybody in Quebec knows that move has nothing to do with the vitality of the French language. That measure will do zero to enhance the vitality and the presence of the English of the French language, Ralph, in Quebec. It'll just hurt us,
Ralph,
and it'll hurt Quebec in total.
Got to leave it there.
All right.
I appreciate the passion. Thanks so much.
Okay. All right.
That's lawyer Ralph Mastromonaco, and you can read his piece on the Suburban website. It's called The Inconvenient Truth. Quebec is a bilingual society.